Hey guys, so today we're going to talk a little bit about burns. As you can see, my son was burnt. This was 4th of July. He was walking around without a shirt and he was looking up watching the fireworks and walked right into our grill and burnt himself approximately 3% of the body. Mostly first and second superficial, but there were a few spots that were second degree. And so we're going to teach you how to take. Okay, so when someone gets burnt, one of the first things you're going to want to do is assess the burn. So see how bad it is, and it can be kind of difficult to do that with the person screaming in shock and pain. And so one of the ways that you can kind of see how much of the body is burnt is to use the victim's palm, and that's why you see his palm here. A palm represents approximately 1% of the body, so approximately 2 to 3% of my son's body was burnt first to second degree. So as we move into the next picture, you can see that I've already started to dress the burn. But what you're going to want to do that I did not get pictures of was to cool the burn. That's the first thing you need to do, is cool the burn. And even before that, you need to know what type of burn it is, because the last thing you want to do is throw something on the burn that's going to accelerate it. So you need to know how it was burnt. And so we knew how it was done, so we put silver sulfadiazine and then put clear wrap. So word to the wise, if you're treating someone with a burn, you want to ask them if they're, first of all, if they're able to answer, but you want to ask them, how did they get burnt? Was it with chemicals? Was it with fire? This will kind of give you an idea of how to treat them. So an example would be like silver nitrate. You don't want to put anything organic on that because it's going to burn more. So you want to neutralize that with like a saline solution. Hang in there till the end of the video and you'll get more ideas on how to treat different types of burns. I'll give you more details. So as we move into July 5th, I wanted to give you pictures of my son sleeping on it. So obviously your point in putting the clear wrap on is to keep whatever solution that you've put on there. So silver sulfadiazine, you can use aloe, you can, whatever you have on hand. And you want to make sure that you don't wrap the person, because wrapping them can also cause restriction in inflammation, because it might swell up, and that's not something you want to restrict. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a close-up picture of the actual burn. This is later in the evening of July 5th, I believe, and as you can see, he burned his elbow trying to push his body off of the grill. But if you look at the bottom, you'll see that it's starting to blister up. That's a signature of a second-degree burn. Everything else around it is more like first and second superficial, but that blister is considered second degree burns. So for first and second degree, you want to, more or less second degree, you want to change out the dressing about twice a day. Once in the morning, once in the evening. Third degree, you want to do it 3 times a day because you're trying to get more of that tissue off. But as you can see, the area is healing up, so I put less cream on there. Again, took 1 sheet of the clear wrap. More details on that in the end of the video, but 1 sheet, taped it to his body, and he's ready to go for the evening. Okay, so this is what the burn looks like approximately 48 hours after it happened. It's ready to be cleaned again, and you want to just kind of start in the middle of the burn and massage your way through to the outside, and you want to get all of that excess tissue off, and so that you can promote good healing. So at this point, I am going to leave the wound open a little bit, and then we're going to redress it. Okay, so in redressing the wound, I used this time colloidal silver suspended in aloe. Again, using my single layer of clear wrap, and I just taped it down to his body. Now, again, at the end of the video, I'll go into more details about why I did these things, but right now I'm just kind of doing a slideshow showing you what I did with the text on the screen so that you can visually see it. And I also plan on doing a video more in depth. So as you can see, the burn looks great. This is me taking off the dressing with the colloidal silver and the aloe. You can see it kind of stained his skin a little bit, but that washes off completely. It looks great. The redness around it is actually from the tape. So I mean, it heals up great, guys. As you can see the blisters a little bit better. They're naturally kind of coming to the top, so new tissue can come forth. So at this point in the healing process, I am letting it kind of dry out. This is what you call dry wound healing. You might hear it be referenced in different ways. But basically what you're going to do, and there's two schools of thought typically on this, and I kind of fall right in the middle. I believe diet, and I believe the person's own ability to heal has a lot to do with how fast they heal. So we're just kind of letting it dry out a little bit, and from this point forward. You've now reached a point in the healing process where you can actually put your oils or your essential oils inside your base oils. But let me say this profoundly, guys. You do not want to use oils, coconut oil, lavender oil on a burn when it first happens. Think about cooking fried foods, okay? Oils are used to hold heat. You do not want to hold on to heat with burns. So don't use that until this point. So here we are about 4 days out, and as you can see, we're still doing the air drying. We're not doing any more dressings. The wound is healing amazing. It's starting to shed the old skin. So basically that necrotic tissue that has lost perfusion, died off, is now it's moving out of the way for the new growth underneath. And so it looks great, and if your burn looks like this, your great healing process is going well. We have now reached a point in the video where I'm going to show you the pictures of what the healing looks like completely done. And even as I record this today, it looks much better today than it did with the picture that I'm showing you here. Guys, so please remember that your diet, exercise, just how healthy you are, how quickly you react to the burn, all will have a significant outcome in how well your burn looks. If it looks terrible, or if it looks good, all of those factors play in. So whenever you see someone comparing burns versus other burns, you need to understand that how quickly the person got to the burn, their diet, what they used, and then the person's own immune system is going to play a huge role in that. So don't let anyone tell you that there's a one-size-fits-all for getting scarring to go away for burns, because that's just not true. Some of the burn supplies that I keep on hand are going to be things like clear wrap, colloidal silver, silver sulfadiazine, which is a prescription, tape, water, obviously to cool the burn, and then valerian tincture. And the valerian tincture is used to prevent a person or help a person to calm their nerves and kind of prevent them from going into shock. Again, all of this banks on how quickly you get to the victim, the person's own mental state, you know, all of this plays a huge role. But this is a picture of kind of everything laid out for you guys, and I'm going to kind of go through it and describe everything for you.